John Peterson here with Texas Stars General Manager Scott White, and after another season of Texas Stars hockey, a team that we talked back in November, I think, in Palm Desert about kind of the slow start, really turned things around and had such a strong finish to the season. How do you sum up a year like this?
Yeah, I was proud of the group. Like we had a tough start, obviously. Talked to the coaches at length about just getting back to 500 come January, early January. It ended up being mid-January. Once we get to that point, then our team really started to go. I think there was a little belief in the room. Some of the younger players got better, or more inexperienced players, and some of the older players started to get going a bit. And then our goaltender was lights out, and that's obviously in the American Hockey League. If you have a goaltender that gives you a chance every night, which we did,
yeah,
you've got a chance.
I was talking with Toby a couple times toward the end of the year about the growth this team has shown. You mentioned the young players especially, but it's kind of what this league is all about, isn't it? You have your team at the beginning of the year. It's a development league. You want to see guys earn their spots in the lineup. You want to see guys earn call-ups. And it felt like this team just kept growing and growing as the year went on.
Yeah, they did. It was good. The growth of the guys, I think just as a whole, as a group, was solid. But I like the growth of our younger players. And they got a chance to perform in situations. Sometimes they failed, but it's a failure laboratory here in the American League. And overall, they did a good job.
When you look at the team's push to get into the playoffs, where every one of those last games was so meaningful to get the 3 seed and avoid the opening round series, and they did that. And then the playoff series pushing it to Game 5 with the way they battled in the third period of Game 4. What feeling did you have watching that develop and play out, knowing that this team has never had quit in that vocabulary?
It's all experience.
Yeah.
The experiences of playing in 2 elimination games is huge, whether it's a player that's played in the league for 8-10 years or a player that's in his first year. It's huge. And then, of course, getting the push at the end and having the tough series against Iowa here, going, oh boy, where are we at? And then we squeezed 2 points out of Manitoba up there on a difficult trip based on the timeline and everything. And then getting the job done in Rockford against Rockford here at home at the end was big, and third place it's a pretty doggone good result, I think. And overall, the playoffs were good. I think guys learned a little bit. It's a different level, and you have to perform. And I'm sure some guys learned a lot.
When it comes to building a roster at this level, there's so many variables, right? And if an NHL team is in their Stanley Cup window and having success as well, sometimes it challenges your ability to continue to grow in the minor leagues when you don't have the draft capital. But you continue to find some of these players out of college, like the Ritzkovian brothers and Jack Anderson this year came in. And I know I'm going to forget some names, but Harrison Scott and Artem Schlane last year.
Yeah.
What that process is like for you, because that's a big part of the Texas Stars in building those teams each summer.
Well, you said it. We don't have a lot of draft capital, so our stance and where we are in our organization, we need to find some players, and the college ranks has been a fruitful one for us.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's about the players getting the job done. We've been able to identify in the field players that we think would fit how we like to play and have a chance to play, and that's what the guys have done. And all the Fitzgeralds of the world, the Rickwoods of the world, they all did a really good job and gained some valuable experience. More so for next fall when they start their first full year pro.
Obviously, the veteran leadership plays a huge part in the ability to pull along some of the rookies and the younger players as they begin their career. And you've had some of the best in the league with Curtis McKenzie and Cameron Hughes and Cole Lind were part of it this year, Michael Caro. That's always a challenge, I'm sure, in the summertime when there are options that different players have. When you go to think about that process, how important is that for this team to have veterans that can be good leaders on and off the ice?
It's kind of the league. You have to have some veteran players and presence. The most important part is having guys that have experience, but they're good humans, and we've been very lucky that way. Curtis McKenzie has been a stalwart in this league for a long time and in this building for a long time, and I can't say enough about him and his leadership.
Always appreciate it. Congratulations on another great year.
Thanks.
Texas Stars General Manager Scott White.